Hey guys, it's Scott Harris, the Millionaire Mentor and the founder of Ultimate Coach. Reading my blog post this morning and wanting to share with you one of the questions I get asked the most, and that is, Scotty, I see you speaking all over the place. You're with 500 entrepreneurs last week in Melbourne. You're going to be in Phoenix, Arizona with 3,000 business people this week. Tell me, how do I overcome procrastination? So many people ask me that question. They say, Scotty, I get clear on my goals. I have an idea of what I want to do. I say that I want to do it, and then I find myself just not doing it. So if you've ever put something off, if you've ever delayed something, if you've ever pretended something didn't need attention, let's chat about that for 5 minutes, because in all the work that I do, whether it's large groups, whether it's intimate groups, whether it's my unique one-on-one coaching, procrastination is something that it comes up. And here's the good news up front. The good news up front is if you're procrastinating, I can guarantee you that is an absolute, clear and definite sign, my friends, that you are a human being. That's right. And I say that jokingly, but the reality is, my friends, human beings in their nature, look for the path of least resistance. They look for what's safe and what's certain. Long before we had iPads and, electricity and cameras, when we were in the state of nature, we were either looking for something to eat or we were looking to avoid being eaten. And so anything that would keep us safe and secure was a good thing. Now, in the 21st century, thankfully, we don't have to look too far to eat something, and we don't have to worry about getting eaten by somebody. But the reality is, human beings, just by their nature, look for what's comfortable. So first thing is, if you're procrastinating, chill out, relax. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, doesn't mean that you're evil, doesn't mean that you're never going to be a success. It just means you've got a human condition. The remedy for it, the solution for it, is a couple of things, and it may not just be one of them. So I'd like to share with you things that I share with my one-on-one clients about how do I move through procrastination, how do I overcome it, how do I mitigate it, and how do I get moving towards what I want to be working towards on. The first thing is you got to recognize it. That's step one. If you're taking notes right now, you should be writing this down. The first step is you got to recognize, hey, you know what? I'm actually holding back on that. And beyond just recognizing the pattern, you got to start to own it. Take some responsibility. If you've watched my blogs for a while, you've seen the posts we've done about taking responsibility. If you haven't, go Google that on YouTube. But you really have to make sure you're taking responsibility and owning the fact that, you know what, you're right. I'm messing around on those taxes. I'm delaying calling that person. I'm holding back on getting to the gym and losing those Christmas couple of extra kilos. And the minute you own it, already there'll start to be a shift, because no longer will it be this thing that you feel bad about, this thing that you feel guilty about. But you say, you know what? I get it. I'm calling my stuff. I get that I'm doing this thing. And so recognizing it and owning it and taking responsibility, huge, huge, huge first step. And when I work with people one-on-one, very often, that's pretty much the only thing they need to do, because their true spirit, their true essence, the essence that has them watch this video, the essence that has them come for coaching, the essence that has them set goals for their wealth and their health and their relationships, that then kicks into gear and says, well, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be procrastinating. So that's kind of the first step. Now, the advice that most people are going to give you is just get out there and just do it. Just go do something. Just go take some action. Just get moving. I hear so many people coach people on the way to overcome procrastination is just go make any small step. Go make any small phone call. Go do any email. And whilst I think that's well-intentioned advice, I'm not sure it's great coaching. And here's why. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I can distract myself. Sometimes I can get busy doing stuff that really isn't that important and certainly doesn't need my attention right now, but it makes me feel good to get it done. And you may know someone like that. So the advice of, hey, just go do something, just go get something done, again, well-intentioned, but I think we can probably do better than that. If you're finding yourself consistently procrastinating about something, and we all situationally procrastinate. You might be doing awesome on your health, but holding back on your taxes. You might be doing awesome on your business, but holding back on some conversations in your intimate relationship. You might be doing great in your intimate relationship, but not doing well on some other relationships with your family or your parents or your friends or something like that. So if I'm going to get you to move forward through procrastination, after you've owned it and taken responsibility, my coaching for you is you want to do my favorite thing in the world, which is get out a pen, get out a journal, get out a notebook, and have a conversation with yourself. Because the truth is, inside your voice, inside your mind, inside my head, there's lots of conversations going on. We want to get to the conversation of truth. We want to get to the conversation of clarity, where you really start to not just own your procrastination, but really look at asking yourself, why am I doing that? Why am I actually holding back on that thing? Why am I holding back on those emails? Why am I holding back on that conversation? Why am I holding back on that project? And I can tell you there's only ever two answers. And the two answers are simply this. Number one, because you're scared of something. You're fearful, you're frightened, you're uncertain, you're unsure if it's going to work. Or you're not yet that inspired about what the thing's going to be. You're not yet realizing, holy smokes, that's going to be awesome when it's done. That's going to be incredible when it's done. So take out a pen and paper, get a journal, and ask yourself the first question, why am I holding back? Is it fear and uncertainty, or is it lack of awareness of how powerful this is going to be? And if you're not sure of how powerful it's going to make you feel, or how cool it's going to be, or how awesome it's going to be, start to get clarity on that with pen and paper. And I promise you, as you do that, you'll start to get excited, you'll start to get awakened, you'll start to get energized. And then finally, list yourself 3 to 5 things you can take action on. Not just one, because very rarely in life is it just one thing that's going to fix something. There's usually 3 to 5 things you want to get done. So I'd list 3 to 5 things, and I try and list them in the order of most impact. Not easiest to do, not most difficult to do, but most impact. And what you might find is if you just take action on 1 or 2 of those things, that might already cause you the result you want to have. So, very simple conversation, procrastination. You're human, relax, we all do it, even me. Number 2, you got to recognize it and own it. Recognize and own it. Number 3, probably just moving forward is not the right solution. You want to be more sophisticated than that. Finally, number 4, journal it. Is it fear and uncertainty and pain, or is it not yet awareness about the benefit, the goal, the result, the reward? Get clear on which one's driving you. Come up with 3 to 5 things. Take action on the first 2. Let's see what happens. That's it. That's my coaching for you this week. Got any questions, comments, feedback, any results of that? We'd love to hear them. You know how to do that. You put it on that little blog posty thing and I'll read them, and maybe we'll chat about your questions and your comments next week. Till then, live very deliberately and bye for now.